lot of that going on. I remember me and Pierre, to a Quebecer Pierre, who's now PCO, man,
Yeah.
we would be on many house shows together in the first or second match of the night. And we would go out there and just fly all over the place and beat the hell out of each other. And I remember guys like the Undertaker and Shawn Michaels and them getting pissed off about what we were doing because they had to go out for main event, and they're like, we can't follow that. And it's like, well, maybe you got to step up your game.
Right.
And that there's a whole nother bunch of heat I put on myself. But I would say shit like that to them. I'd be like, look, man, I'm just trying to get over and make some money here and improve my position. So I'm gonna go out there and do everything I can. Uh, you know, and they didn't like it. They didn't like my answer many times. They didn't like whatever answers I gave them for situations. But I really didn't care. I just spoke, the way I felt. And sometimes that could get you in trouble in the wrestling business.
Yeah, and unfortunately, with wrestlers like The Undertaker or Shawn Michaels or people like that, they are going to go out there and do their shtick. Well, their shtick is the same kind of rhythm. If you've ever watched a Ric Flair match, you've seen every Ric Flair match, but they all have drama, but they're beat by beat kind of the same thing. But yet, if you're going out there with PCO, Jean Pierre Lafitte, going out there and killing each other in the ring, well, they're probably angry, which makes no sense because it's not on TV. You know what I mean? Like if it was Raw or a pay per view and you did that on your own without telling anybody, sure, maybe I'd be a little upset. But it's a house show. You know what I mean? Like who's gonna see that except for the town that's there?
Yeah, that just, it definitely got me heat. Yeah, I remember sitting in a cab one time with Undertaker and well, Godfather. He was Kama, the fighting machine or whatever, the
Yeah.
Ultimate Fighting Machine, back in those days. But we were in England and maybe London or something, in one of those big old taxi cabs, and I just remember getting in there and going, man, it's brutal being in there with Pierre, man. He wants me to fly all over the place, and I did that for a reason. I did it on purpose to
Of
see.
course.
And Undertaker was like, "Yeah, you're doing too much." And I thought it was interesting. It took me saying that to get him to say anything. And I said, "Look, in the future, if you have issue with something I'm doing in this company, in the ring or out of the ring or anything, I would prefer if you come to me and discuss it with me." And they both looked at me like they couldn't believe I was saying that, like talking to them like that. But it was like, my point was, I had already heard through the grapevine that they were pissed. And I went, I made them basically, by doing that, it made them kind of show their cards. And I said, look, if you're going to have a problem with something I'm doing, you need to come talk to me about it. All this running around behind people's backs and shit, it's just nonsense.
I
So, and I was always cool with Taker. I mean, after that, and I was always cool. I'm still cool with, Charles Godfather, man. He's awesome. Um, but yeah, like I said, I always kind of spoke my mind and I didn't really, I just let the chips fall where they may as far as professionally and politics. I really didn't care. And that's probably part of the reason I didn't last very long. It was maybe 2.5 years up there.
Yeah, with Undertaker though, after that situation, did you guys have a different relationship? Like, did you have conversations? Because I know, at least I believe you rode with Bret Hart, right?
Yeah, for a while I was riding with Bret Hart, just to kind of try to sit under the learning tree, as they say, and learn as much as I could. But I was always open to listening to people, and me and Taker were always cool. I was really kind of cool with everybody, um, maybe to a fault. I remember Shawn Michaels had this saying: "In this business, you can make friends or you can make money." And it was an interesting thing to say because it's kind of true if you think about it, with the politics of the wrestling business. And I was trying to be friends with everybody. I always tried to get along with everybody, and also I always wanted to have fun. I was having a blast, and I was always the first guy at the bar, and the guy with the hangover trying to do my promo pics at TV the next day, hungover as hell, and I just wanted to have fun, and maybe that was one of my shortcomings. I didn't know when it was time to be business and handle my business better. So, but live and you learn.